Africa. I'm so sorry. I haven't been on here in a few days. Actually, I wasn't feeling well and I needed some rest. So thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for joining me tonight. I usually don't do late evening live streams. I'm usually like a morning person, like early morning. So I want to appreciate you guys and show you some gratitude. Thank you so much for just joining me on my morning live streams. So I didn't want to miss out on the live stream today, and I still wanted to be able to just like be more disciplined. Like you guys know, last month I wanted to do my best with being disciplined with writing one grant a day, being on live every day, and also going to the gym every day. I was able to get to the gym this morning. So I was able to do that, but also still didn't want to miss out on at least going on the live and also being able to submit a grant. So if you guys don't know me, I'm Superior Shelby. I'm a 71% successful grant writer. I've been writing grants and winning millions of dollars in grants for the last 10 years. You can Google me, Superior Shelby, grant writer. You can visit my website. I have over 200 testimonials, and I've been able to secure grants, so much so that I actually am a global grant writer, and I'm here in Africa, and I've been able to teach people here in Africa about grants, develop actual grant programs, and also help my other clients in the UK and in Dubai and so many other great countries of this world. So we are in the first day of September. Happy, I think it's Labor Day in the US. So shout out to y'all. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day. And I still wanted to go over some grants that we can potentially apply to. Now, of course, tomorrow I will be on live. So I'll be back to my regular scheduled programming tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time, or it might be 9 a.m. I'm not sure what the time zone is for as far as the daylight savings. So I'll be back on my regular scheduled programming tomorrow morning, but I still didn't want to miss out on going over grants tonight. So I'm going to tell you exactly what a grant is. Then we'll go over some new grants that we can apply to. I'll see if we can find one that we can apply to tonight live on YouTube. And if you have any questions, I love an interactive chat. So you can always drop your questions in the chat, any concerns that you might have about grants, some rumors that you might want to clear up for your own self, right? So you can always drop that information in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to assist you. So let's go over what a grant is, and then we'll talk more about this $20,000 grant that I would love for us to go over, okay? Don't be a stranger. Make sure you say hello. And as you are coming into the live stream, make sure you like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can push this information out to so many entrepreneurs who are looking for debt-free money that they can get, free money that you can get to start your business. Yes, that is true. So grants, if you don't know what a grant is, grants, a small business grant, it's essentially free money that you can get to start your business or to scale your business. Yes, this is true. I've been able to most recently help my clients win over $100,000 in free money for their businesses that they started. Yes, it is a true thing. And if you don't believe me, you can simply go take a look at my, YouTube shorts, or you can review these grants that I'm going to introduce you to tonight, and we can actually apply to it together tonight live on YouTube. And then you can also take a look at the winners from 2024 to reassure yourself that this is a real thing. Now, grants is free money that you can get from a business entity like Macy's gives out grants, Amazon, Apple, Google. These are places that give out grant money to, other startups and small business owners. And then you can also get this grant money from another private sector. So that can be a private investor or a nonprofit that helps startups and small business owners, like Hello Skip, Hello Alice, and all of those places. And then you can also get this free money grant reward from your state and local government. So you might live in one of those metropolitan cities where you can get free money. Let's say they're giving out $10,000 to all Black women entrepreneurs in Miami-Dade County, right? So you and your state and local government, there's donors and sponsors that come together and investors that come together to be able to give out those types of grants to startups and small business owners. And this is so you guys can stay afloat, so you can continue to offer employment opportunities in your local area. So grants is free money that you don't have to pay back. There's no credit checks. There's no personal information needed. You don't have to provide a bank account statement. You don't have to provide your social security number or your date of birth, okay? It's simple as, what is your business going to do with free money? And the good thing about grants is they don't talk to each other. I get this frequently asked question all the time. Shelby, how much money can I accept in grant funding? How many grants can I go for? Well, friend, to reassure you, grants do not talk to each other. This is not like credit. There's no grant reporting agency like credit. This is not the same thing, friend. Traditional lending opportunities like loans, lines of credit, and credit cards, those opportunities actually they talk to each other. And it's like, it's a challenge to be able to get multiple opportunities simply because they all talk to each other. And depending on how treat those relationships, that is, that is dependent on your approval. But that's not how it works with grants. Grants don't talk to each other. You can apply to 100 grants and get approved to all 100 of them. Yes. And grants start as low as $200 and they go up to millions of dollars. Yes, this is a thing. This is a thing. Okay. All right. So, free money that you don't have to pay back. No credit checks. No personal information needed. Hi, Isaiah. I think I'm saying it right. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for joining me. So, also, you can get this free money. And we've already talked about it, but you can get this free money from another business entity. You can get it from a nonprofit or a private sector or from your state and local government. I get this frequently asked question all the time. Where do you find these grants? Because most entrepreneurs and startups, you guys know about grants, especially since the pandemic, when the SBA was giving out the $10,000 targeted advance. Well, that was a grant, friend. And so more and more people became more fond of grants, and you guys actually start searching more for grant opportunities. And if you are a college person, like you have graduated from college or you attended college, then you know about Pell Grants. So you all know about what a grant is, and you have most likely experienced it possibly before. So if you know about it, what's so interesting about grants, and I do this research because I've been doing this for 10 years. Well, every year there is a 20 to 30% increase in grant search on Google. Yes, I do my market research, friend. I'm very, very diligent in these things. And so with me knowing that, that means entrepreneurs or just people who want to start a business are more and more interested in starting their business using free money that they don't have to pay back. So you just need someone to give you clarity and reassurance on how to go about that and what is it like in the grant funding world. Now, it's totally different from going for traditional lending, friend. See, with loans, lines of credit, and credit cards, you got to tell them where you stay at, where you work at, what assets do you have, and how are you possibly able to pay back the opportunity. And you have to truly prove the reasons for why you should be approved to receive money that you have to pay back with interest. You don't have to take that route, friend. But most startups want to take that route simply because they feel like that is the fastest way to be able to get funding without having an actual strategic plan about how they're going to use the money to scale their businesses. See, the thing about grants and what I love the most about grants is when you are submitting a grant application, they ask you thorough questions like what is your business mission? Who is your competition? Who is your client type? What is the problem? How are you solving that problem? What makes you innovative in your market? Why is your product and service needed right now in the market? What would you do with the funded requested amount that you're asking? So let's say, for example, you're asking for $100,000. How would you use that money? And how would that money be impactful to you and to your clients? Grantors ask that question because they want to make sure they are choosing the best candidate for the opportunity. It's free money. Just like you aggressively need this free money, friend, there's so many of us that aggressively need this free money as well. You understand? And it's important that you show up and you show out for your business. Now, most startups and entrepreneurs don't go for grant funding and they leave millions of dollars on the table simply because they lack the confidence that you feel like you don't know what to put on the application or you feel like you're putting the wrong answer on the application. Friend, I'm here to tell you, the more human that you can be, the more thorough and detailed you can be, the more compassionately you can be, you are absolutely okay. I've even have some clients that, we've had consultations and they say, Shelby, I just simply don't comprehend the questions. I don't understand what they're asking me. That's okay. That's why you have people like me, grant writers. And I'm not saying you should hire me, but I'm saying you do have people that you can delegate the grant writing, grant submission task to, which is called grant writers. Okay. Now, let's talk about where I find these grants. You know what a grant is: free money that you don't have to pay back. You also know that you can get a grant from a business entity like Apple and Google and Amazon and Macy's and Sephora. You also know that you can get this grant money from other nonprofits that help startups and other private sectors and investors, and also from your state and local government. You also know that grantors, grant applications are asking direct questions to thoroughly understand what your product and service is and how impactful it is to your clientele. Now, let's talk about where do I find these grants. I find these grants using two main websites, so you might want to get ready to write this down. If you are just starting in this grant writing world and you want to kickstart your grant writing journey, I would highly suggest that you use the app called Hello Skip. Hello Skip, that's HELLOSKIP.com. It's a website and it's a blue and white app that you can download on your phone. And you can simply use my invite code Superior Shelby all together. Superior Shelby, that's SHELBIE. And you can have access to over 30 grants every month. Hello Skip is a certified nonprofit organization based out of the United States, based out of New York City. And what they do is they help startups get funding opportunities. It's a business resource tool. They have a business public directory that allows you to promote your business with other users. And also, they have artificial intelligence tools to help you with submitting the grant applications. So, if you are not confident in your creative writing skills and you're not confident that you might not have like the words to say to deliver on your grant applications, well, HelloSkip is the perfect app to be able to use. Now, while HelloSkip is a great business resource tool to use, it is not the end all be all, friend. If you use the HelloSkip app and you have applied to all of the 30 grants that they offer on their dashboard, then you can always use my number one favorite grant searching tool right now, which is grantwatch.com. Grantwatch.com. Okay? Grantwatch.com is a monthly subscription. You have to pay either $50 a month or $20 a week, but it's so worth it. It gives you hundreds of grants that serve in your favor. It has a smart filter tool that narrows down to the best grants that serve in your favor. You get to choose the filters. You get to put in your state, local government, right? Your city and your state. You also get to put filters that are targeted towards you, the clientele that you service, and also, what type of business you have. Yeah. So things like if you're a Black-owned company, choose a filter. If you're a woman entrepreneur, choose a filter. If you're a veteran entrepreneur, you can choose that filter. If you are in medical care, you can choose that filter. If you are in a cleaning service, you can choose that. If you are trucking and transportation, you can choose it. Beauty, hospitality, whatever the case may be. There's all the filters there in place, so you can choose the filters that best serve you. And then it narrows down to the grants that serve in your favor. So that way you can find the grants, and then you can be able to have hundreds of grants that you can go ahead and go through, find the ones that you are most favor of, and apply to those grants. So you can use helloskip.com and you can use grantwatch.com. Okay. And here's a gem. Use grantwatch.com to generate your own spreadsheet of grants, especially if you are in a specific industry like trucking, transportation, or maybe medical courier service, or maybe you are doing a mobile DNA service or a notary service, any type of consulting service. You can create your own grant list, and you can sell that grant list on Etsy for like $10, or not even 10, like $5.99. You'll be surprised. There are so many entrepreneurs that are starting in your particular industry that are looking for grants as well. And you can just share the love by offering a $5 grant list on a monthly basis, and everybody gets a chance at potentially winning in your industry. You can build a community off of it. And this will be an extra stream of income for your business, and it will show that you are being resourceful. So when you're going for funding opportunities, you can always already show that you are generating revenue just by sharing the love, right? Being committed to your community and your industry. That's a gem. Now, grants, free money that you don't have to pay back, no credit checks, no personal information needed. You can get a grant from a business entity like Macy's, Sephora, Uber, DoorDash, whatever have you. You can also get it from your state and local government and a private investor and a private entity like HelloSkip. Then also, you know that grants ask questions to best narrow down to the candidate that is mission driven. And then you also know that you can use helloskip.com and grantwatch.com to find these grants. Okay. Awesome. So What do you need to have before you go for grants? Number one frequently asked question that I get. Because most startups and most people who are submitting grant applications, you guys might start an application or you are only looking for 1 to 2 minute applications, but you don't like the ones that take a lot of time. And I totally understand it. And it's simply because you lack the confidence in knowing how to answer the questions, or you simply don't have the time to sit down and do it. Fine, I totally understand it. That's why we have grant writers like myself out here to take that hassle off of your hands. However, if you are a person that's interested in this journey on your own and you want to find like the easiest way or the most convenient way or the most effective and efficient way to answer the questions on a grant application, well, having a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video are all three key documents and components that you should have to best prepare you for grant opportunities. The business plan will serve as an answer key for you. So when you go across those questions on your grant application, like what is your business mission? Well, that should be in your executive summary. Who are your competitors? You should actually have a competitive analysis. What are the risk factors of your particular business industry? Well, you should have a risk analysis. What is your funding requested amount and what is your funding plan? Well, that should all be in your financial analysis. Understood? So you need to have a thorough business plan that explains everything, every detail about the next 5 years of your business life. What are the goals and milestones you plan to reach? Who are your client types? And what is their problem, how you're solving it, and so on and so forth. Now, a pitch deck, PITCH, P as in Paul, ITCH. A pitch deck is like a PowerPoint presentation slideshow of your business plan. It's aesthetically appealing and it has pictures of your product and service. And it's a slide that you can go through to show the grantors or to present to the grantors or investors if you are going for investment capital, or even if you are a nonprofit and you're going for sponsorship and donations. It's a slideshow for you to thoroughly explain what your mission is for your product and service. You introduce your company, introduce your product and service. What is your mission? And then you go deeper into why you are deserving of the funding opportunity. You understand? Now, the pitch video, it's a 3-minute video. That's like that video content piece. And in 2025, friend, with us living in a digital age, it's very important that you have a piece of content about your business. Think about it. We are living in a time right now where people are even using Instagram and TikTok to find the best Italian pizza place near them. So if you are one of those people that's like, best birthday restaurant that I should use near me or whatever the case may be, then you got to think, if you are using it in that way, then other people are using it in that way as well. So that means for your business, when you are providing your service and product, yes, you must have social media channels, but also you need to have a piece of content. This 3-minute pitch video is going to be enough information for the grantors or the people you are requesting funding from to thoroughly understand exactly what you do, what's the mission, what's the vision, and how, if you were to be given the opportunity, how you will be able to scale and be impactful. It's very important that you all know that grants are public impactful driven. They're mission driven opportunities. They're not going to give you money simply because you say you can pay it back and you give them financial documents showing that you can pay it back. No, it's not an opportunity that you pay back. It's an opportunity to help you continue to be impactful to the public. That's the entire point of going for a grant. You understand? All right, so a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video are all things you should have. If you don't have those things, I charge $300 to do a business plan and a pitch deck. If you feel like that is too much, then you can always, find artificial intelligence tools to use to go ahead and develop your business plan and pitch deck, okay? Cool. All right. Any questions about what I said before I just, show you guys a quick grant really quick? Puma Coten, thank you so much. Yeah, I decided I need to still come on live. I'm very dedicated. I haven't been feeling well. I needed some rest over the weekend. So I was like, let me do a live since I'm feeling okay now. I wanted to do a live tonight. For me right now, it's 10:30 p.m. So yes, and I got my workout in. And for those of you who don't know, I created like this calendar on Google so I can be more disciplined. I'm at this point in stage in my business where I asked God, like, I want to scale my business and I'm trying to understand exactly like how, like, why have I been stagnant for the last 3 years in my business? And I realized, and I asked myself a question. Well, if you want to scale, how are you treating your business currently? What are your finances like? Are you doing right by your marketing strategy? Are you doing right by all of these goals? Are you even reaching these goals? You've been stagnant and consistent because you haven't been putting the even more work to actually scale. So I'm being more disciplined. Yes. See, I'm not one of those business coaches that comes on social media and I don't tell you what my pros and cons are about myself. No, we're all in this together. I may have been a 10-year entrepreneur, but I'm here to tell you it's not an easy road. I've had to mentally develop, and especially traveling and living outside of the United States away from my family for the last 3 years, it has not been easy, but I'm definitely God driven. I keep God first. I continue to pray. And honestly, scaling a business and reaching those goals, it takes more prayer and more faith than anything. Okay. So I keep pushing forward. All right. So, what questions do you guys have about what I talked about? Any questions? You're excellent for bringing this clean, sister. Thank you. You are a true entrepreneur going line on holiday folks. She is telling the truth. Thank you, Quan. My company has received grants exactly how you're saying. Thank you for this. This is great. Thank you so much. All right, so really quick, because I know it's like holiday time for you guys. You guys are like busy. So really quick, I wanted to go over this grant. I've went over this grant in my morning live stream already once before, so I'm going to go over it again because I know the deadline is coming up really, really soon. So I'm going to show you the grant. We'll go over it really quick, and then you guys can determine whether or not you want to apply to it or not. What I'm doing right now is I'm putting the information inside of the description of this video, so that way you can have access to it. Excuse me. And I'll also put the link to this particular grant inside the chat as well. Hopefully you'll be able to access the link in the chat. Okay. Marie says, hi, Shelby. It was great connecting with you a month ago. I'm working on my pitch deck and video. We'll be in touch. Awesome. I can't wait to see your pitch deck, or if you decide that you want to share it with me. I really do appreciate you connecting with me last month as well. And I pray all is well. And I hope you're having a beautiful Labor Day. All right. So let's see. I think this is grant. So I think this grant is for $20,000. I'm just putting the link here in the description so you guys can have it. The deadline date, I think, is the 15th. So I wanted you guys to have the opportunity to apply to it. Okay. Okay, so Yee 5555 says, are the grants you discuss only available for current business owners? No, absolutely not. And a lot of the grants that I talk about are for startups. So there's different stages in grants. Okay, there's different stages in business, and I think it's best that it's a startup that we all understand that. So the stages, right? You can be in your startup phases, and you have generated only, let's say, up to $5,000, not even that. Okay. You could be in your idea phases. Idea phases is when you just have the idea. You don't have an LLC. You don't have the company registered yet. You don't have an EIN. You don't have those things yet. So that's the idea phase. Startup is like you have started and you started generating revenue, small, very small, but you haven't reached 10,000 or a consistent income every month. Small business, you are generating at least a consistent amount of money every month. You have like payroll, small payroll, you're doing things. You might be making 6 figures a year. You understand? And then you have medium enterprises. So those medium enterprises are like the high 6 figures to $1 million. And then you have enterprises. They're like $1 million and up. Okay. So that's the stages. So it's very important that you know that, especially when you're going for any type of funding and just in general doing business with people. Okay. How can I find out if I already have an EIN? You can call the IRS actually. And also another way you can find out is if you actually try going to irs.gov and you actually actually go through the process of filing the EIN under that business name, and it will not let you move forward. Okay, so that's how you would know that you have already generated a EIN number for that particular business. Greg says good information. Thank you so much, Greg. I bless you. I thank you so much for being here. Tanya says, hi, Shelby. Thank you so much for helping me on my startup business. We shall talk real soon. Yes, absolutely. Tanya, thank you so much for joining me. I'm like I wasn't feeling well. I needed some rest. So by the middle of this week, I'll be done with everything for you. So yeah, thank you so much, Tanya, for blessing me with the opportunity to write your business plan and everything. That was awesome. All right, so thank you. I understand, and you understand. Okay, awesome. Good to know. If you don't have a business name, then if I don't have a business name, then I probably don't. That's right. Yeah. So if you don't have a business name, then yes, obviously that is correct. There is no way that you can, like, a EIN can be generated if you did not actually come up with a business name and actually fulfill the paperwork and do the registration. That doesn't happen. It's like you can't just have the idea and then just wake up and think that there's an EIN for it. You understand? If you didn't submit the EIN for it, you get what I'm saying? Yes. Even if you have the same name, right? Even if it's the same name as like Pandora, right? There's like Pandora the music, and you have Pandora like the actual bracelet, right? So the EIN numbers are totally different simply because the business types are different, and also the location is different. You understand? So if you have Yi's business, but then there's another Yi's business in Miami, and you might be based out of Atlanta, and then there's another Yi's business in Texas, in Houston, Texas. Well, they will never be the same simply because of the business type. So one might be a cleaning service, one might be a credit repair service, and another one might be a dentistry. And then also because you are in different locations. So the EIN number will not be registered all as the same. If you did not do the registry at irs.gov, then there is no EIN number. Yes. But if you want to have like a deeper conversation about how to professionally set up your business, and if you are actually ready to move forward, I do charge $50 for a $40 consultation. The link is in the description. And I'll put my number in the chat. It's $50. So whenever you're ready, it is there for you. Okay. I have a hard question, but I'll save it for the end. Okay. You can put it in the chat. 71 1487. Yes. Don't wait too long. You know what I mean? Because with AI, at a robust acceleration right now, it's very important that if you're going to start a business, now is the time. Because if you don't, you're going to have a 14-year-old that's going to have so many great ideas that they're going to tell ChatGPT or tell artificial intelligence to build this business and run this business and do everything. And they're going to be generating revenue off of the business idea that you had back in 2020 that you never operated on, simply because you just kept procrastinating. And procrastination is the devil. It is a spirit that is not a normal thing. Procrastination, depression, and all of that stuff is not normal. Okay, that is a spirit. So it's very important that you pray about it. You pray for the power and the strength and the discipline of execution, and you actually prioritize it. I talk in this way, and I give you guys great coaching in the mornings, because that's when I'm like at my best. But yeah, like, don't sit on the idea for too long. And I'm a living witness of it. I sat on the idea for so long that I actually got to see somebody else develop my vision, and it was like, dang. Now they're like living their life, millions of dollars, living in Dubai off of an idea that I had and that I know God gave me, but I just didn't execute on it because I felt like I had time to do it. So, friend, prioritize it, because it's a financial freedom that you truly do deserve, and it's also going to help you break financial curses, and allow you to be able to create generational wealth for you and your family. Okay, so let's move forward. My number is in the chat, so there you go. Also, the link is inside of the description. Okay, so Really quick into it, QuickBooks. Hold on one second. Let me show you guys. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, so QuickBooks is doing a nominate a small business hero for a $20,000 grant. This is a $20,000 grant. Celebrate a small business in your community. Nominate a small business who has shown courage, perseverance, and integrity. You can nominate a small business. I went over this a whole couple of times. Okay. No, you cannot nominate yourself for this one. So that's the only thing about this particular business thing. But we're all here, so we can nominate each other. It's 20K. So you have by November 15th. So that's why I wanted to bring this to you. And then you can check out the winners. All right, nominate a business making a difference in our community, and they could win. You can check out some previous winners. Submit a nomination. This is sponsored by QuickBooks and Mailchimp, and what they're doing is not only giving you $20,000, but they're also giving you some services for a year, which is really cool. All right, so they'll give you payroll, email marketing services, and all of that good stuff. All right, so you can always click on nominate now and nominate your favorite small business. It could be like your hairstylist, barbershop, person who cuts your grass, cleans your car, all of that good stuff. Okay, so please don't forget about this grant. It's quickbooks.intuit.com, or you can just simply click the link in the chat or click the link in the description, and you can visit and apply to this grant. And then I'll show you HelloSkip really quick. Let's see what HelloSkip has for this one. So this is HelloSkip. You can visit helloskip.com. HelloSkip is a U.S. certified nonprofit organization that helps you with getting funding opportunities. So not just grants, but also loans, lines of credit, credit cards, all that good stuff. There is a lot in here. Let's see. So they offer a $1,000 grant every month. Every week. So you can apply to that. Now, right now, there is a $10,000 grant. We already went over the $20,000 grant. There's also a $100,000 grant for all startups. You don't even have to be generating revenue. This grant is really interesting. It's called the Poker Power by I Fund Women. You don't have to be a woman entrepreneur. You can actually be a male in all gender types, ethnic groups to apply to this $100,000. Last week, I actually submitted the application live on YouTube. I think that was last Wednesday, so you guys can check that out. So we already submitted this. I usually come on here live on YouTube at like 9 or 10 a.m. Eastern time. So that way we can apply to grants and kind of like knock it out early in the morning. And sometimes I have like business coaching conversations with you guys. So yeah. She's Connected is a $50,000 grant. We submitted this one as well. This is due October 1st, okay? HelloSkip is a really good platform for you to be able to find other funding opportunities. Like I said, business credit card accounts, business lines of credit, all kinds of stuff is in the HelloSkip app. This is an app, and it's also a website that you can use, okay? Now, it's free to use, or you can always sign up for the Skip Plus, which is about $30 a month. And then what it does, it gives you like all of these extra perks that you would get outside of the free version. But essentially, if you see this pop up, you can always click the X in the top right hand corner and then continue to consistently apply. Okay. So yeah, this is HelloSkip. This is the platform in a nutshell. All right. Any questions, you guys? I didn't want to keep you too long. I know it's a holiday for you guys over there in the U.S. And before I get the question, yes, I am a U.S. citizen. I'm a Black American. I have not lived in the United States in about 3 years. I've been able to scale my business and win grants to be able to travel the world and teach people about grants, and also help develop grant opportunities and grant programs for other countries in things like that. All right. And with me being here in Africa, I've definitely been able to do a lot of things here as well. So yeah. Okay. Any last minute questions before I let you guys go for the day? I really do appreciate you for taking the time out to share your holiday with me and share your time with me. Okay. While I'm doing that, I'm also getting some text messages. So I'm going to respond to you guys right now. Also, I put inside of the description. Remember the 20K nominate year small business is inside. The link to that is inside of the description of this video, and it's also in the chat too. Okay. Okay. My contacts. Awesome. Thank you. I'm responding to you guys now. You're welcome. Jay Brittany, thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate you. Kalila says, is the SBA a good way to go for grants like coaching? No. Nope. It's not. The SBA doesn't give out grants. The SBA does not give out grants. I know that you guys I don't know where this rumor is coming from. I'm being so honest with you. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know where that rumor is coming from. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, that's a rumor that I just can't. Like, if you visit SBA.gov, you don't see nothing about a grant on there. You will not. The SBA does not give out grants. They stopped doing that since COVID. And they didn't even call that a grant. They just called it a targeted advance. But no, they stopped doing that. Let's see. Oh. Superchargemybusiness.com. That is my website, superchargemybusiness.com. You can see some testimonials there and all that good stuff. Also, if you want to view my recent testimonials, all of that good stuff is also the link to it is at the bottom of my description of every video. It says, here's what they're saying about me. So that will reassure you of, who I am and what I do. On social media. Oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting that they say that. That's not true information. The SBA doesn't give out grants. They don't give out grants. And the only grant that they would do is like, okay, you can do coaching with them, but it's free coaching and you get what you pay for when we're talking about coaching. And I can't guarantee that their coaches will be able to thoroughly, extensively help you not only set up your systems, but also set you up and motivate you in a way to get things done and hold you accountable. That's the difference. They can give you the blueprint and say, okay, you need to do this, do this, do this, do this. And honestly, it's the same foundations that you see on TikTok. How to start a business. You can get that information from TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Not state either local. So are you asking? Yeah, you can get state and local grants, but they don't use the SBA for that because the SBA is a federal government agency. So it's federally funded through the federal government. So that's a nationwide type of situation. Whereas you can use them, like they have like a zip code tool where you can find like small business development centers, and then the small business development centers in your state and local governments, those are the places that can potentially give out the grants, that they would host those grants that is funded by the state. So, for example, Texas Small Business SBDC, Florida SBDC, right? So you can use those particular sites to find grants that is funded by your state. Yes. Okay. I see your questions. Uh, okay, let me see. Got it. Yes. Let's see. Okay, I know you're adamant about not using AI to answer grant questions, but you support Hello Skip, who uses AI to write grants. I'm confused. I never said use the AI to submit the grant applications, because the last time we were going over Hello Skip, which was Thursday, the last time we were going over Hello Skip on Thursday, I made it very clear that what I do is I copy the title of the grant that I find through Hello Skip, and I Google it, and I find the direct grantor, and I submit the applications directly through the actual grantor, because I don't use Hello Skip to submit the applications. So I made that very clear. I make that very clear on my platform. Yeah. Don't use AI. You don't have to use HelloSkip's AI. HelloSkip's AI is an option, but if I say don't use AI because they know they can detect if you're using AI, then choose the option to not use the HelloSkip AI. I hope that makes sense. Because just because they offer it doesn't mean use it. You know what I mean? Just because they're offering it doesn't mean use it. It's just a tool. Okay, so I text everybody back. Thank you so much for texting. I really do appreciate it. I text everyone back. You're welcome. Can we use AI to clean up the grammar and what we write? Yeah, you can use like Grammarly, Grammarly.com. You can use that. That's one you can use. hmm But to copy the question into ChatGPT and then have ChatGPT answer the question for you, that's a no-no, because you have zero GPT. That's the AI detector. hmm No matter how much you try to play around with it, it's not helpful. I watched a video recently of someone who is a very well-known grant writer that had somebody on their YouTube they collaborated with, and they were talking about how you can prepare the AI to answer certain questions. But the thing is, you can prepare ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, I am applying to the HelloSkip $10,000 grant. This is their mission. This is the HelloSkip's overall mission. And I want to make sure that my business mission aligns with theirs when I'm answering this question. Here's the first question. Please help me answer this question. And you copy and paste it. No matter what, the answer is still going to be AI generated. So when you submit the grant application and they download your submission and they upload it to zero GPT, the whole purpose of the AI detection is to detect if the answer has been written by AI. No matter how, even if you put in your prompt, humanize my answer as much as possible, it's still not, it's still AI. It's done literally by a code. So it's best that you increase your creative writing skills, which at the end of the day, creative writing skills for a human being within the next 10 years is going to be a skill. It's already a skill, but it's going to be a skill that is like beyond this, like beyond this world, people are going to be like, wow, like, because people are not, they're not getting smarter. And that's the like, I'm saying this with like grace. But people with so much technology, and also with having AI just writing papers and doing everything for you. So with you being able to develop the skill and you knowing how to write, when they upload these things and it says that, you understand, that is not done by AI, then it makes your application even more favorable. I wrote an AI book and ran it through Zero GPT and others. Passed as human across the board. Amazon still caught it. Corporations are on another level. Yeah. Zero GPT is not the only AI detector, too. Just want to let you know. That's just one that I named. But that's not the only one. One of my clients actually did his like his business plan through like ChatGPT, and he went to the bank and he was, because I said I was saying Zero GPT a lot on YouTube. He went to the bank and gave them his business plan, and he was like, I don't know what AI detector they're using, but they brought up something that's totally different from Zero GPT. So Zero GPT is not the end all be all. There's a lot of AI detectors out here. Yeah. Pass as human across the board. Amazon still called it. I don't know. Amazon still called it. Corporations are on another level. Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying, but yeah. Mark this with it. Okay. All right. Anything else? I'm going to let you guys go so you can enjoy your Labor Day. I pray all is well. It is 11 o'clock at night for me here in West Africa, so I hope like all you guys are enjoying your holiday. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, and thank you so much, So she said, thank you so much for being here with me. I really do appreciate you guys being here with me. Um, I'm going to be searching through some grants this week and not upload, update my grant list because it's September, is the new month. So this week, hopefully next week, we'll have like some fresh grants we can go over. And yeah, and whatever God puts on my heart to talk to y'all about it, we'll talk about it this week, okay? But enjoy the rest of your holiday. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and good night. See you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, okay? Have a great rest of your day.